The air of Olympus trembled. It had been ages since the gods of myth and the champions of the earth had crossed into the realm of raw power and mortal will. But now, as the cosmic fabric trembled under pressure, a ripple spread across realms, one born of arrogance, legacy, and raw strength. At the heart of this disturbance were two beings, Hercules, son of Zeus, the Lion of Olympus, and Cain Marco, the unstoppable Juggernaut, avatar of the demon god Cytorrak. Cain Marco had once been nothing more than a bitter, violent man, shaped by abuse and overshadowed by his stepbrother Charles Xavier. His destiny changed when he stumbled upon the crimson gem of Cytorrak. Hidden in the ruins of a forgotten temple in Korea, the gem offered power, limitless and absolute. Marco took it, and thus the Juggernaut was born, not merely a man in armor, but a mystical entity fueled by the will of Cytorrak. Once in motion, nothing could stop him. Not walls, not tanks, not gods. But that was the key. Not gods yet. Over time, Juggernaut's thirst for challenge grew. He had fought the X-Men, the Hulk, Thor, and lived to tell the tale. But inside him burned a question he couldn't ignore. Could anyone match him blow for blow, unrelenting, eternal? Across the plains of divinity and heroism, Hercules stood unmatched among the Olympians. Born of Zeus and a mortal woman, the demigod had battled monsters, titans, and even the wrath of Hera herself. He had held up the heavens for Atlas, wrestled Ares, and drank oceans dry in feasts of valor. Hercules wasn't just strength, he was strength personified. He reveled in it. Songs were sung of his conquests, and mortals erected temples to his name. But immortality bore a curse, boredom. Though he was beloved in Olympus, Hercules craved a worthy fight, not another wine-soaked banquet or praise from sycophantic nymphs. His fists itched, his heart yearned for that ancient rush he once felt when he faced the Hydra or tore Cerberus from Hades. And then he heard the rumors. A mortal-turned-mystic titan rampaging across realms, laughing in the face of gods and tearing through champions, a force even Thor warned about. A man called Juggernaut. The realm shifted when Cytorrak, ancient god of destruction and chaos, whispered to his champion. His voice was like molten lava sliding through Cain's brain. There is one who dares claim might equal to yours? Marco, one who walks Olympus with a lion's arrogance. Humble him, and you shall inherit godhood. That name again, Hercules. Elsewhere in the golden meadows of Olympus, Apollo spoke with mockery about Juggernaut during a feast. He laughed about mortals pretending to be gods. But Athena, ever wise, warned Hercules, do not take this lightly. He is more than brute force. He is an elemental juggernaut, fueled by chaos, even Ares fears crossing him. Hercules roared with laughter. I have wrestled the earth itself, Athena. Let him come, or better, let me find him first. No man, no god, no creature walks unchallenged if Hercules breathes. With Zeus's reluctant blessing and Hera's skeptical silence, Hercules descended to the mortal plane. But he didn't come with heralds or thunder. He came as a warrior seeking a fight. It happened in the ruins of Eltar, a realm where magic and strength collide, where the boundaries between mortal earth and divine power are thin. Juggernaut was there, having flattened the last guardian of the realm, a multi-headed titan guarding a nexus crystal. Marco sat atop a broken statue, fists coated in glowing blood, admiring his destruction. Then the wind changed. From the horizon strode a figure, sun-bronzed skin, lion skin draped over one shoulder, club strapped to his back, muscles flexing with each step. Juggernaut stood, tilting his helmeted head. You lost, tough guy? Hercules grinned, cracking his knuckles. I heard tales of an unstoppable mortal. I had to see if you were myth or merely loud. Juggernaut's chest rumbled with a laugh. You're looking at a force of nature, punk. I'm not just unstoppable, I'm inevitable. Hercules pulled off his lion skin. Good, because I've been bored for centuries. The ground around them trembled with each step they took toward one another. Earth cracked beneath their weight. The skies darkened, not out of fear, but in anticipation. Even the gods paused their machinations to watch. No words now, just raw intent. A demigod and a mystical avatar. Both had endured wars, torn down titans, and crushed armies with their bare hands. But never each other. And as the final rays of the sun fell behind them, both warriors took their battle stances. The world held its breath as Juggernaut and Hercules stood face to face in the shattered ruins of Eltar. The very elements recoiled. The skies rumbled with thunder not born from clouds but from sheer anticipation. Both warriors towered with godlike presence. But their power, though different, radiated with equal menace. Then came the silence, a heartbeat, and war erupted. Juggernaut lunged first, a mountain of unstoppable fury surging forward like a meteor. Hercules didn't dodge. He met him head-on. Fists clenched, muscles coiled, eyes blazing with Olympian pride. Boom! Their collision created a shockwave, so violent it shattered the stone pillars within a 5-mile radius. Trees were uprooted, mountains cracked. Across dimensions, deities paused, sensing the tremor rip through space-time. Juggernaut staggered back a step, stunned. Hercules grinned. A crack formed on Cain's helmet. The son of Zeus had struck first, and struck hard. Not so unstoppable after all? Hercules taunted, his voice filled with divine mockery. Juggernaut roared, shaking off the dizziness. "You're dead meat, muscle boy." They clashed again and again, every blow shattering the air like thunderbolts. Juggernaut's fists became blurs of destruction, each strike powerful enough to level fortresses. But Hercules danced through them with the poise of an immortal brawler. He weaved, blocked, countered, then retaliated with punches that rattled Cain's mystical armor. Juggernaut seized Hercules by the waist and slammed him into the ground, carving a crater beneath them. Dust erupted. The ground quaked. But Hercules, bloodied and laughing, rolled up and answered with a double-fisted blow to Cain's chest that sent the Juggernaut flying through a mountain. "I thought you'd be stronger." Juggernaut emerged from the rubble, glowing with crimson energy. "You aren't strong. Let me show you what Cytorrak gave me." He charged faster than any being his size should move, and drove Hercules into the crust of the earth. He didn't stop. He kept moving, driving them both miles underground through lava, rock, and bone. When they finally burst out the other side, into a desolate canyon, Juggernaut grinned. Still breathing? Hercules rose, battered but blazing with divine aura. Still winning? Juggernaut, drawing on the full power of Cytorrak, began to grow, his muscles swelling, his armor glowing crimson. The ground beneath him ignited from raw, mystical energy. But something strange happened. The more Cain tapped into Cytorrak's power, the less control he seemed to have. His blows became wild, reckless, almost desperate. Hercules noticed and struck. The demigod channeled the rage of Zeus, the wrath of Hera, and the glory of his 12 labors into a single devastating combo. He ducked a swing, vaulted into the air, and brought his club down on Juggernaut's head, shattering the cracked helmet. Then came a flurry of thunderous punches, each laced with divine might. Juggernaut faltered. For the first time in years, he was slowing down. Hercules, battered yet blazing with divine power, launched himself into the sky, fist glowing like a newborn sun. The gods themselves seemed to hold their breath as he descended, aimed straight at Juggernaut's chest, where the crimson gem pulsed behind cracked armor. But just before the blow could land, the gem surged. A blinding crimson light exploded from Juggernaut's core, freezing Hercules midair. For a split second, time itself seemed to stop. The voice of Cytorrak thundered through the battlefield, speaking not to Hercules, but through Juggernaut. "He is mine. You strike not a man, but a force eternal." Juggernaut's body expanded with unstoppable might, his armor reforging in mid-battle, glowing hot like a living volcano. He snatched Hercules out of the air, his grip like a cosmic vice, and with a roar that cracked the heavens, slammed the son of Zeus into the earth so hard the continent trembled. The crater stretched miles wide, filled with smoking rubble. Hercules lay unconscious, his godly aura flickering, his indomitable will finally silenced, not in defeat of spirit, but by an enemy who could not be stopped. Juggernaut rose, steam hissing from his armor. His eyes burned red as he turned toward the skies. He didn't speak. He didn't need to. The gods of Olympus were watching, and for the first time in millennia, they were afraid. Above the battlefield, the clouds parted, revealing Mount Olympus in the distance. Lightning cracked, but Juggernaut did not flinch. "Let them come!" he growled, voice heavy with finality. "I will not stop. Not now, not ever." And thus it was written, not even Olympus could halt the Juggernaut.